Welcome back. Yes, I'm pushing. It's still me. I'm back again with another video. Okay, so now you're probably asking yourself, Bongi, what are you doing? Why are you so obsessed about Kimora Lee Simmons? And why do you have Kelly, not Kelly, sorry, excuse my French. Why do you have Khanyi Mbau contrast with Kimora Lee Simmons? I'm going to tell you why. Ne? If you do not remember when Khanyi Mbau was coming up, Khanyi Mbau was deemed as the she devil of her time for wanting the soft life. You know, did she go about it the wrong way? At first, yes, she made her mistakes here and there until she learned to navigate the world that she was going into. Because most of the things that happened, they demonized her for saying, I love the money, I want the money, and I deserve the money. And this man is going to give it to me. And she was demonized for it, you know? And at that time in South Africa, it wasn't like in Nigeria. In Nigeria, women out there are like, if I don't chop my husband's money, who's going to chop it? Who's going to eat the money? I want a husband who is an odoku and the boss, the oga, okay? That time, we didn't have that knowledge of how that thing works. We here in South Africa was still in the era of be humble, don't say that you love money, and don't want the soft life, and you know all those things. I feel like we were still trying to understand the contrast of the world or the dynamics of the world, like why do you need money, why you should want to have the money. So I'm like comparing her and Kimora Lee Simmons. Yes, Kimora Lee Simmons is from, I don't know if it's the Asian background, but I think it is the Asian background. And in the Asian background, money, yes, we want the money, and you need to know how to govern money, and you need to know how to make it and establish it and maintain it. You know, Kimura was coming from that background. And so when she came out into the industry and said, I want a rich man and I'm going to marry one, and she did go ahead and marry one, and she said, this rich man is going to give me my own business, and she went ahead and got that, nobody was blaming her for that because she's coming from a background that was like that. That said, you need to know how to get the money, maintain the money, establish the money, you know. She was coming from that background. And when Khanyi Mbau came out, like she was fire. She was that firecracker. And I'm not saying that like maybe it's the type of role model that you want for your daughter. I'm just saying that she said, I'm here to make my mark no matter what. And if you guys don't understand that I'm here to stay, then kick rocks, okay? Because she came out here and said, I am not ashamed. Yes, I married a rich man. I was too young, but I'm not going to be ashamed. I'm here to stay, and I'm going to dominate these streets the way I want to. And that wasn't a usual thing, especially one coming from a woman, two from an African woman here in South Africa. Because women here in South Africa, they are taught, or rather, we were still having this thing of like, be timid, be humble, don't say that you want money. If you can't afford, say that it's fine. You know, all those things. And we were not taught that you need to actually want money. You need to actually try and get out there and have the money, establish the money, maintain the money. We were not taught those things back then, or shall I say, even now, in other black families here in South Africa, it's still a very awkward conversation. You say to a guy, I need you to have the money. They say you're a gold digger. If that person can go ahead and tell the people, the friends or the family, they're going to say you're a gold digger for that, okay? And now we are at the age whereby now South Africa is ripening. We are catching up to the field of whereby Khanyi Mbau said, I want the money, and it's okay to want the money. Nigerians came out and said, hey, I want the oga. I want the one who's going to be able to feed my kids and feed me and take care of me. So what if I want that money? We are catching up to that now. And now in South Africa, I think the contrast or the dynamic that it's taking, the route that it's taking, though, most women, since there's this GBV thing that is happening in South Africa, women are saying, I want the money, but I don't want it from you. I want to have it for myself. I want the child, but the child is not going to be for you. It's going to be for me. And I don't want to get married no more because I can see that this thing is not fair towards me. Now they are getting to that point. Now women here in South Africa are like, yeah, so what if I want the money? Yeah, so what if I'm the baby mama who's working so hard and also still demanding the child support because I deserve it? And now, like, women here in South Africa, I think they are starting to take the stand to say, I deserve better. I should have better. And now now Khanyi Mbau, who is relocated to Dubai, is having the soft life, is looking like, I was out here. I was out here being the revolutionist who was ahead of the time to say, I deserve the good things in life. I think, like, maybe one day, you know what? Maybe one day when I've done so much research between the contrast between Kimora Lee Simmons and also Khanyi Mbau, maybe like they should go ahead, man, and be like not just a YouTube version of a movie. They should have like a Netflix movie over there about Khanyi Mbau here in South Africa because it was turmoil, it was grim, but she embodied that thing and she carried it out. Okay, tell me what you think and go ahead and subscribe and also like the video. Okay, bye.